stand when they happen sometimes. So that was fun. Okay, cool. So let's move on to our mortgage minute. Westport Mortgage, can they do it? Yes, they can. Karen.
Hello, everybody. I'm Karen Mulreed. I am one of the owners of Westport Mortgage, for those of you who don't know, and we are always helping realtors sell and helping buyers buy. We are going to talk a little bit about appraisals today because that seems to be a hot topic this month. I had 2 deals accepted on Monday morning. By Monday afternoon, both realtors on the selling and the buyer side called to say, can we get the appraisal done on Wednesday? So I said, here's what we have to do. 1, we need a purchase and sales agreement, a binder, something in writing that tells the lender, this is a real deal. There's a buyer and a seller. They both agreed. They both signed. Here's the purchase price. Here's the address. Then once we have that, we can move forward, get the loan registered with the lender. The lender then sends out disclosures that are required by the Department of Banking. In those disclosures is a loan estimate, which tells the buyer or the borrower, here are the fees that are associated with closing. We want to make sure that you know that it's going to cost a little money, and here's where the money's going. In addition to that, there's a little box that you check off that says, I intend to proceed. That lets the lender know that, yes, I know I'm getting financing for this house, and yes, I want financing. At that point, the appraisal management company is contacted. They reach out to their team of appraisers, and the appraisers then reach out to you to schedule the appointment. Simultaneously, it goes through underwriting. So you can see that if we have a purchase and sales agreement up front and not waiting for a contract to get going, it really does speed up the process. There's a lot to do. So anything you can do to help with that would be appreciated, because our goal is to meet the mortgage contingency date, which is coming up really fast. So I would appreciate if you would all put in your purchase and sales agreement that the contingency date, whether it's 30 days, 45 days, whatever you decide you want that date to be, that you make it based on the date that the offer is accepted. Because if you put today's date and we don't get started for a week because there's no final agreement between the buyer and the seller, then we've lost that time. So those are just a couple of little tips that you can help us with to meet our mortgage contingency date on time. Remember, no attorney out there is going to release that mortgage contingency date without the appraisal being done, finalized, and checked off by the lender saying, yes, this is acceptable and it meets all the requirements. So that's my mortgage minute today. Again, I'm Karen Mulreed with Westport Mortgage, where we've been your mortgage partner since 2007.
Awesome.
And I'm proud of it.
Always awesome, always invaluable information. Thank you, Karen. And apparently in the chat, everyone thinks that you look amazing today. So great job all around. Yes. Awesome.
Thank you.
Cool. All righty. Moving right along. So let's go to a few announcements. Let me get my gallery view. Okay. Some announcements, important announcements, guys. First of all, wow, power outage. I don't know how many of you had a power outage yesterday. Crazy. There was a power outage. So that was an Ignite snafu. Ignite did not happen last night. No power, not happening. So it will be back on tonight at 4 o'clock. So those of you who are doing it, it will be in a different Zoom room tonight. There'll be an email sent out with that Zoom information for tonight only. Also, 11 o'clock today, Command for the MREA with Debbie Orr. I believe it's marketing, right, Debbie? A marketing focus, which you are really excited about. So guys, if you could be on this class, make time for that at 11 o'clock with Debbie. Potluck lunch, who's hungry? Wow, second potluck lunch in 2 weeks. This is awesome at the Ridgefield Market Center at noon today. And I will tell you, you're in for a treat. Dan Raposo, team leader extraordinaire, was there this morning setting up his barbecue smoker, making amazing stuff for that potluck lunch today. So that's going to be awesome. And career night is tonight at 5:30 in this Zoom room. So I know several of you have approached Dan and I. Look, Dan's pointing out his barbecue. There it is, right out on the deck. He's sitting there so he can mind his barbecue. That's awesome. So many of you have told us that you've got people coming tonight. That's great. And nothing like last minute. Go find somebody, talk to somebody about real estate, and see if you can send them to our career night tonight at 5:30. All right, cool. So moving on to our focus for the day. I know Rick Scott is excited to talk to you guys about the listings challenge and where we're netting out on that. And also we're going to have a focus on mid-year business review. Where are you guys? Mid-year, guys. Holy cow, today's July 1st. How did that happen? So mid-year business review and see how we're all tracking. So I'm going to turn it over to Rick and we'll go from there.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Quickly, good morning, everybody. Quickly to bring you an update on your listings challenge, which ended last night at midnight. You all did so spectacularly getting those last minute listings in. So as you know, our target was 358 new listings between May the 1st and June the 30th. Here's where we ended up. We ended up, if you don't count rentals, because if you remember halfway through this, I kind of screwed this up and was giving you numbers that included and didn't include rentals without a level of consistency. So I'm going to give you both numbers now, and then we can talk about what that means. If you include rentals, we hit 379 new listings in that 60-day, 8.5-week period. So 21 more than our stated 358 goal. If you exclude rentals, we hit 311 new listings. So short 47 of that 358 new listing goal. However, still awesome numbers, because here's what I want you to compare it to. I want you to compare it to the fact that in 2020, that 311 compares down to 266. So we were up 17% over last year. However, if you remember, I was basing our numbers, the goal numbers, on 2019's numbers because last year was just such a screwy year. So if you compare the 311 new listings that we took in the last 60 days to 2019's numbers, 311 versus 281, we were still up 11% in listings taken from 2019 to 2021, excluding the wacky year of 2020. Here's how that compares to what the market did. And this is a Fairfield County number. So Fairfield County in 2019 took 4,375 new listings in that time period. In 2021, Fairfield County took 4,316 listings in that time period. So Fairfield County went backwards by a full percentage point. You shot forward by 11%. So that's outperforming the market by a 12% margin. So congratulations, that is such an awesome achievement. You guys have been killing it with finding listings where everybody else seems to not be able to find them. So keep up the good work. And because it's July 1st, and before we move into our main segment, I want to just set another challenge. So our next challenge is going to be a summertime listings challenge. And our summertime listings challenge is going to be built this way: July 1st through Labor Day weekend, right? So the the Tuesday we come back from Labor Day will be the end of that listing period. And the target, our goals say we need to take 134 a month to be on target for our end of year goals. 134 times 2 is 268. And I figured, well, we still have a smidge to make up from the last challenge, so we'll just round that up to 300. So 300 new listings between now and the day after Labor Day rounds out to about 35 or so a week. And I think that's massively doable. Who's in with me? Woo! Raise those thumbs if you're into taking listings between now and Labor Day. Here's the good news. You can still kill it on listings taken and go on vacation. It's not one or the other, right? You can do both. So on your mark, get set, go all over again. Steve, back to you.
Okay, great. So let's that's awesome, guys. And I know you're going to do it, totally going to do it. Let's start talking about our numbers, right? We want to do a mid-year review. You should all be sitting back, pulling out your business planning clinic documents from when we did it in the end of last year for this year, and see where you're tracking moving forward because we are at that mid-year point, right? And as a KW 203, as our KW family, we have certain goals and certain numbers too that we're trying to reach, right, Rick?
Yes, absolutely. And so what we thought we would do today is give you guys just a sample of how we work through these numbers together, right? And so Steve and I are going to just model for you the conversation that we'd like for you to have with your team members, with yourself, with the staff of the Market Center, right? Whoever you want to kind of bounce this off of, to give yourselves some grounding for where you are today, to make plans for what tomorrow looks like. So with that, let's run through 4 metrics, Steve, if we could.
Okay, awesome.
And so as team leaders, you and Dan and Carlos have an obligation to have a responsibility to grow our market centers, right? To find new talent and get in business with new talent.
Yep.
And so what is our organization's agents added goal for the year?
So the goal for KW 203 was 204 agents added this year.
So 204 agents added this year. And so if you do the math on that, that's about 17 per month, right? So if you divide by 12, it's 17 per month.
Yes.
And so we're going to use numbers, by the way, guys, through the end of May, because your MCAs are just closing the month of June now. So we're going to actually use 5 months. You guys can, because you're closed out for your first 6 months, you can multiply by 6 to make sure that you get your footing for the first 6 months. But our examples will only give you 5 months. So through May, Steve, if you multiply that 17 by 5,
right,
how many should we have hired?
17 by 5, so we should be at 85.
So 85 is what we should be at. And how many have we actually hired?
Drum roll, please. We're at 112. Woohoo!
112 hires, right? So 85 divided by 112, 112 divided by 85 says that we're at about 132% of goal through May.
Yep.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay. And so if that were a grade in school, what grade would that be?
That would be an A+.
So an A+, right? So we're always looking for those A's and A+, right? For those of you who are wondering why we actually convert that to a grade in school, is that, 86% of your goal may sound okay to you. But for those of you who are like trying to hit it and really nail it in school, you convert that to a B, like B. So I love that technique. We got that from John Davis, the former CEO of KWRI, to convert it to a grade as if you were in school, just to kind of give everybody an idea of how we're looking at those grades. All right, let's move on to closed units. So guys, we're going to do this 3 more times just to kind of model for you this conversation so you can do it with your own business. So closed units, Steve, the goal for the year
Was 2,520.
Okay, and so divided by 12, that's how many a month?
210 a month.
210 closed units per month. So through May, if you multiply that by 5, we should have had how many closed?
We should be 1,050 through May.
So 1,050 through May. And so if we're supposed to be at 1,050 through May, what was our actual number through the end of May?
Again, drum roll, please. 1,100 and, I can't read that, 63.
Right, so 1163 or 111%. So 111% as a grade in school would be yet another
A+.
Another A+, right? So far we're on target. Let's go to listings taken.
Listings taken. Our goal through May for the year is 1,605 listings taken.
Right, so 1,605 listings as an organization for the year. That's 134 a month if you do that math, right? So through May, how many should we have had?
Should be 670 through May.
So 670, and how many did we actually take through the end of May?
We actually took 632.
Okay, so 632, right? So here's a great example, right? Where we're not blowing past the goal number. So 670 was the goal, 632 was the actual. So if you do the math on that, we're actually at 94% of goal, right?
Yes.
So what would that be as a grade in school?
Well, it could be seen by some as an A or an A-, but it's right around there.
Yeah, so it's right on that cusp of A minus, right? I think it's closer to the A than the A minus. And it gives us an opportunity to say, how are we going to close that 6% gap, right? So 94% of goal is still awesome. And yet when you compare it to the other metrics that we've been killing, it's a little bit short. Right? Let's do profit share, because that's the money one.
Yeah, absolutely. So the goal for the year, again, this is crazy number, guys, 1.1 million in profit share for the year.
1.1 million for the year. So that's about $92,000 a month. So
Exactly.
through May, we should have had how much?
460 through May.
$460,000 through May
Yes.
profit shared back to our agents.
Yeah.
Okay, and what did we actually profit share back by May?
Again, awesome number. We're at 489,000.
So 489,000. So objectively, that is 106% of the stated goal through the end of May.
I like those A pluses.
Love them, right? So we got 3 A pluses and an A. So guys, do you see the process to go ahead and do this with your own business, with your closed units, your listings taken, and your income, to kind of see where you're at through the first 6 months of the year based on these metrics and this math, and then use those numbers to look forward to see if you need to make any adjustments, right? If you looked at the listings challenge I just issued for the summer, the listings taken number, we were a little bit short, right? In our last challenge, that then showed up in our first 5 months review, where we were about 6% short of being on target at or better than goal. And so what I did was I adjusted the 134 a month up a little bit, right? I adjusted it to 150 a month to make sure that we are targeting closing the gap to get back on track, right? Don't leave it till the last 6 weeks of the year to try and figure out how you're going to close the gap. You've got to take now and figure out what you're going to do every single month to
Right.
continue to close the gap slowly over the course of the next 4 to 5 months.
So with
Does
a
that
real
make sense?
gap, right, with a real gap analysis, that's what this is, right? This is what Dan and I and Carlos do in our interviews when we're talking to candidates. It makes sense to look at it monthly, right? Going forward monthly with an adjustment monthly. And I'll say that if you're curious about how you're going to make up that gap, what you'll fill that gap, I mean, feel free to reach out to your productivity coach and your team leaders. We're here for you, and we'll talk you through it.
Yeah, awesome. The last thing I want to just mention to you is some quick check-in math, right? The quick check-in math, I like to actually annualize things as we go, right? And so let's kind of take that, since that listings taken number was a little short. Let's take it, right? 632 is what we actually took through May.
Yep.
Divide that by the 5 months, that's 126.5 per month. If you then multiply that by 12, right, we're at 1,517 listings taken for the year. Our goal is 1,605. So if you take where you're at, divide by how many months that represents, and then multiply that result by 12, you're annualizing what you've already done. To give you an idea that if nothing changes, if everything kind of stays the same, that's where you'll end up for the year. And I love to do those little quick annualizing check-ins to just kind of spot check, am I on target? Am I blowing it out of the water, or am I behind? Do I need to monitor? Because if nothing changes, right, for our listings taken, if nothing changes, we will not hit our stated goals for the year. Hitting our goals is massively important to us, right? And so therefore, we're going to continue to spot check that and make sure, and here's why hitting those goals are so important. Hitting those metrics in terms of listings taken and closed units, that affects everybody's income, right? And so are you massively focused on making sure that your stated income goal is hit or exceeded? Well, you have to then monitor these other metrics, because all those other metrics contribute more than anything else to the income that you earn.
Hey, Rick.
Yeah.
I see everybody, pen and pencil in hand and taking notes, and I see some perplexed looks. Why don't we send an email with an example of the math of the gap analysis, which you just went through?
Yeah, I'd be happy to do that. This was just supposed to be kind of a quick little taste of it by modeling some of the Market Center's numbers. And again, I do encourage you. I'll send that out via email just to kind of give you what the formula is. to do a spot check for yourselves. And then I encourage you to take a look at your numbers as you close the first half of your year to really use those to plan the rest of your year.
Awesome. Great stuff, guys. Looking forward to you, all of you hitting your goals. Are we moving on to Marty Miller? Rick, you have anything else?
We are. That's it for me.
All right, let's see what Marty Miller's got for us today. Mr. Adonis is not able to be with us this morning, but that's okay. We'll just kick it off and go from there. We're getting there.
Good morning, Keller Williams, and welcome back to the KW Command 66-Day Challenge 5.0, and today is day 21. So today we're going to jump into the referrals applet, and I'm going to give you an overview of your referral network, how to add people to it, and then star your preferred referral partners. So the referral applet starts here with this kind of little speech bubble with a person inside of it. So we're going to click on icon number 5 to get into the referrals applet. Now your referrals overview screen, you're going to see along the top, right, all of the referrals that you kind of have that you're actively working, and then any invites to your referral network. So right off the bat, you're going to see, as you do in most all of our applets, the ability to start a new referral here in the top right. And we're going to talk about sending and receiving referrals in a future video. But if you do need to start a new referral, you can do that using the button at the top right. In addition, if you have pending invites, you can click on this pending invites box, and it will show you people that have requested you join their actual network of referral agents. So you can see Bill and Zoe have both asked. I'm going to accept both of these requests, and I have now been added to both of those referral networks for those agents. If I come back to my dashboard, you may have seen this at 692. We're now up to 694 agents that are a part of my personal referral network. And you can start to see all of those agents listed here on the screen. I can click on View All. It's going to take a while, but it'll load here 10 at a time through 694. And then I can do the same thing that I can do in Contacts, view up to 10 agents, 50, 100, 250, or 500 referral partners at any one given time. Now 694 referral partners, that's a whole lot, but let's just say I am maybe looking for a referral partner in Michigan. I'm not quite sure where they're going to move in Michigan. I don't know a lot about Michigan, but I can literally type in the state Michigan, and you'll see it'll start by pulling up 2 agents that are in my referral network already. So if I wanted to send a notification or a referral to Al, I could just click on his name. You see he's brought up. I can then get into Al's profile, right? So I can see his amazing headshot, all of his information, including email and phone numbers, how many units he's closed, and then a brief bio and how long he's been with KW. So that's an easy way for me to kind of see who is in my referral network. And now if Al is one of my preferred referral partners, or maybe just someone that I want to have kind of at the top of my list, I can always star, and this will add Al to my favorites with regards to my referral partners. If I come over here to the right-hand side, I can click on the star icon, and then you'll see it just brings up 2 people that I have referrals going back and forth with, or, you know, preferred referral, my favorites, if you will. Next, if we come down, you can also see the ability to track referrals and grow your network. We're going to get into both of these in the future. Finally, with regards to your actual referral partners, not only can you create favorites, but you can also add tags. So maybe I know, we'll go back to Al, maybe I know that he specializes in farm and ranch, right? And also, oops, farm and ranch, I gotta hit the other part, the other plus sign, I apologize. So there's farm and ranch, that tag is now added. I could add one, maybe he also does luxury, so I wanna put that in there, and then maybe he's a veteran, and I don't know this about Al, so if you're not, I apologize, Al, but I could just add that tag. And if I later find out Al's actually not a veteran, then I can take that tag out. This kind of makes it easier for me to kind of see at a glance who these actual referral partners are, maybe where you met them, or different tags along those lines. Finally, if I want to send them a referral from the referral network, right, I can come over and click on send referral. And then I can say, okay, here is the agent I want to send it to. Is my referral a buyer, seller, tenant, or landlord? What's the referral fee amount? How long do they have to respond? And then the price point and a quick note. And then down here at the bottom, you can see I can actually select a client or a contact from my database, or I can create a new contact and have that sent over as well. So those are kind of your options there inside of the referral dashboard and my network tabs. Tomorrow we're going to get further into the my referrals. Later in the week we'll get into the map. We'll really explore the referrals applet further throughout this week. But that's it for today. I hope you're having a fantastic rest of your day, and as always, I look forward to speaking with you again real soon.
Cool. I'll tell you guys, thank you, Marty Miller. The referral network is a hidden opportunity that not enough of you are really taking advantage of. We're going to schedule a class really diving in because there's so much more, like Marty just said, that's involved in that. We have agents in both of our offices who are making tens of thousands of dollars a year on referrals alone, guys, working the KW network. It's a huge opportunity. So look for that class coming up. All right. That's it for today. We spoke enough. Make it a great day. Bye, guys.